Well, damn. Goodbye, Mr. Rocket. Have fun in the space.
And when I say malfunction, I mean it took an RPG right to the face.
That's a gigantic robot. And it landed on many houses. What a way to ruin Christmas. Welcome back to Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I hope your holiday season has been good so far. I know it's a stressful time of year for most, but regardless of such, I hope you can still enjoy yourself and just, you know, have a good time. This is one of my favorite maps in all of Call of Duty Zombies. I love this map very, very much. And not just because it's a snowy mountain, although that definitely is a big part of it. Any snowy mountain in a game, I'm in love. It really is that simple. You take me to a snowy mountain and you propose to me, damn, I'm saying yes. There's nothing complicated there. I love the shit so much. But this map is really fun. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember everything about this map right now. Like, I could do everything in it. I could theoretically do that. Oh, I'm trying to switch weapon right now, but because I don't have PlayStation Plus right now, and so I'm not playing online zombies. So my RK5, is that what it was called? My RK5 is no longer in my inventory, so I don't have just the gun to switch to, which is pretty unfortunate. I can actually buy it here now, which bullshit. I should just have it. What the fuck are you sprinting at me for, asshole? Calm down. Damn. Put some shoes on, you goofy motherfucker. Anyways, let's call this tram and let's circle. Landing pad 1. What are you gonna give me? What are you gonna give me? Ooh, max ammo. Zombies can drop this little thing called a tram fuse, and if you bring that right here, you can insert it here, and that will give you the ability to call your tram, and the tram will then come up and give you a perk, or a drop. That's what they're called. I can never remember. Let's take this door. Something about the way I'm sitting right now is just super duper disorienting to me. Also, I don't really know why. I don't understand why it happens. Don't worry about this, by the way. Nothing's happening there. I don't understand why it happens, but the past several of these that I've done, every single time I've made a video on Black Ops 3 Zombies so far, starting with the Giant, there's been a point in the video where for some reason there'll just be a random snippet, like a skip in the footage, and there's just like a few seconds missing. Shadows of Evil, I think, had the longest one. It was maybe like 4 or 5 seconds actually missing, and that's... I don't know why that happens. I don't know how to fix it because I don't know why it happens. I'm incredibly confused. Let's open this door behind us, and we can find a rocket. That is for the shield.
Can be useful.
What a cool statue. God, I love that thing. It is dope. Gobbledygum, give me something good, please. I'll take ornamental, I guess. Doesn't matter. Just chew it.
Nearly broke a tooth on the outer shell.
You didn't even bite it yet, you fuckhead. What are you complaining about? Anyways, let's break this one in. That's also 01. Interesting. How do I do this again? 3. I don't remember. I feel like there was something here with the snow up there. I don't actually recall. But let's go back down here for a second. And now that the zombies are coming this way, I can just say seriously though, I hope you guys are doing well right now. I know like the holidays really can be stressful for a lot of people, but regardless of such, there's a lot of positives at this time of year. So even if you don't have a family to celebrate with at the moment, or even if you don't have like the things that you want in your life, or things aren't going the way you're expecting them to, that's not to say that things can't reach that point again. Just let this time of year be like a way to send this year off with a bang, you know? Be safe, don't do anything stupid, but like, let things end. It's good. It's a good time of year once the snow falls. Just to let everything that happened, everything that plagued you this past year, let it all just wash away. And then with the spring of next year, you can all grow new. Become something else. Yeah, that dragon's real, by the way. It's not just a statue. He's fucking cool. Fucking love this thing. We gotta kill some zombies in front of it. We can only do one at a time. It can only chew one at a time. It's only got so big of a mouth. This thing. So it can't just consume multiple zombies all at once. You gotta let it pace itself. You don't want it to get a stomach ache. Not that it has a stomach. Don't look like it has a stomach. But who knows? I'm not the dragon. Can we get you, Mr. Vump? Not just yet. Why are you roaring, good sir? Can I shoot you? Nope. He did not seem too interested in getting shot. Can't say many people are often interested in getting shot, but hey. I miss the old days of Black Ops 2, where in that game, for whatever reason, when your character hitbox would collide, like fully collide, like overlap with another player's hitbox, you would both go down. And so in those games, you could actually dive instead of sliding like in this game. And if you were to dive onto someone, if you were on top of the stairs and you were at the bottom, and you were to dive at that person, you would both die. And it was so much fun to do that to your friends if they weren't paying attention. I got so good at that shit back in the day. I got really, really good at just running at people dolphin diving and killing us both. And it was so fucking funny. Of course, it's like I'm probably the only one who found it funny, but nah. Nah, man. Those good days. Black Ops 2 was good days. Apparently something's going on with Call of Duty, where they said the next game is going to be a sequel to Black Ops. What the fuck? They're getting out of the way. They said that the next game is going to, or the 2025 game I think it was, is going to be a sequel to Black Ops 2, and it's like, man, who cares? I don't want a sequel to Black Ops 2. I want Black Ops 2 again. That's what I want. That is literally what I want. Because if it's a sequel to Black Ops 2, you're going to put in some dog shit and it's going to be bad. And if it's just Black Ops 2, you're still going to put in some dog shit and it's still going to be bad. I don't have faith in these game companies anymore. I just gotta say. They continuously just try to do the thing is game companies try to go above and beyond like these in the worst ways possible. Let's have an intro cutscene to a map. Why do we need an intro cutscene to a map? We don't need to feel like we're actual military specialists entering a zone. That's not what we are. We're killing in cold-blooded murder for fun. There's no need to be treated as like a fucking military specialist or some combat guy. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to feel that. I promise you, less than 0.00001% of the Call of Duty fan base wants to feel the way that the fucking developers have been trying to push the games to make us feel. Nobody wants that shit. Nobody cares for that stuff. But the developers don't understand that. Treyarch, Activision, Infinity Ward, they don't... Sledgehammer Games? Is that what it was? Yeah, they don't fucking care. They don't understand what the players want. And that's why the games have been bad. Because they get told what we want, and they're like, no, we don't want to give you that, though. That's the issue. AAA game. Oh my God! There's this whole thing going on with budgets right now for video games. That depends on when this video goes up. Actually, I don't know how long this is going to take to get up. But there's this really big debacle because some Sony data files got leaked or whatever. The Wolverine game got leaked, and people were like, "It looks bad, motherfucker! It's alpha. There's no textures on things. It's just trying to understand like the general movement principles of the game. Yes, they're using reused assets. I'm not getting into it, but people are mad that they're using reused assets for an alpha test of the game, in which they are just trying to make sure that the movement mechanics work, and that the actual environment, like the way that the animations work on the characters, just within that general model, like the incomplete version of the animations, looks in these characters. And people are upset about that. And it's like, you guys are fucking delusional. But hey, it is what it is. It's not really that big of a deal. That shit just makes me laugh. But with this whole Sony hack has come a lot of people. Hey, a perk machine that's not on. I mean, I guess we have seen them, but I've just turned them on immediately. But here's a power switch. So we turn this on. And shikabooby. What was the thing? The fucking... Some stuff has happened with the whole leaking thing. And, like, the budget for a bunch of different games got shown. And it's like, these games are in development for several years. Oh, they're like several... They're a couple tens of millions plus. Just a couple hundreds of millions. I think Spider-Man 2 was like $200-something million to make. And it's like, why is this much if the movie's not this much? For starters, a movie doesn't take several hundred people to make. Whereas a AAA game... typically does it need to? That's a different question. Maybe you could argue it does, you could argue it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not a part of the game industry in that aspect. But people were really nitpicking that stuff, and so that's its own whatever the fuck that is, whatever you want to call that. I don't really see too much of an issue with that much of money going into a video game. The issue there is because the actual issue there is because like you're spending this much money on a video game. Hi, buddy. And that video game flops, well, shit, your studio's bankrupt. That makes sense. You could be spending, like, probably minimum of, like, 70 million less by spending less than 2 years on textures. By not spending 2 years, by spending 2 years less on textures is what I meant to say. You know, because all these games want to get all these crazy graphics and textures, and it's like, you don't got to do that. You really don't have to do that. In fact, it usually makes your game look worse, but okay, buddy. That's my opinion on it. I fucking hate super realistic graphics. Just go for a cool stylized visual scheme, and that's all I could ask. Like, this game is stylized realism. All the new Call of Duties try not to be stylized realism. They try to go to just like proper realism. And it's like, that's so fucking boring, and it looks bad, and it's all gray and shit, and it's not interesting to look at. But that's its own thing. But the thing that I wanted to say with that is, these games are being developed for several years. I am so sorry for going on such a big fucking tangent there and forgetting what I was talking about. The games are in development for like 6+ years, right? Sometimes. And so, this game studio has to pay for several hundreds of people to do their job full-time for 3 to 6 years on average, or 2 to 6 years on average, let's say. And if the average income for a person is $75,000 in this position, then they have to make $75,000 per person. They have 200 people. 75,000 times 200 for a year, right? Like, that's its own thing. 75 times 200 is its own fucking, or 75,000 times 200. So each of these people are making the same amount. That's a lot of fucking money to go into this game. And then you have that for every year that the development's going on, right? And like every year that these people are being used, right? Like the people who are doing character design are not going to be used the entire single time. They're going to be getting royalties and different kinds of pay and things like that for the game itself. And they're getting a different kind of money, but they're not being paid like, hey, here's $17, $18 an hour for 2 years because you're the creator designer, the character designer while there's games development. You're not doing that because you're not developing the characters the whole time. You've already created their designs. That's like that whole thing. But these people are making money for years because they're employed for several years. So of course the game's going to be expensive because not only in addition you have to pay for like the game itself and that stuff, you have to pay for licensing songs, for voice actors, for all these different things. You have to pay for the system you're using on, for the fucking engine, whatever, all that nonsense. It's like, yeah, the amount of money that goes into video games, that makes sense to me. I'm not gonna lie, indie games take several thousands of dollars. I've seen a lot of Kickstarters that are like, hey, we're like a relatively small game. We're looking for around $20,000 for our thing for launch. And it's like, that doesn't seem like a lot of money. That's a lot of fucking money. $20,000 is a lot of fucking money. And that's for a small indie game with like a team of like 4 or 5 people working on it. So no shit, the game development studio with like, who knows, maybe like 200 or 300 people with all the different voice actors not included in there. Purely the people working on it for programming and shit like that. Or I mean, actually, no. Well, I guess that's with everything included. That wouldn't be for just the programmers. I'd imagine not. That shit's crazy, man. That's a lot of money to go into just the fucking paying the people off. Like, y'all gotta understand that shit. It's a lot of money, don't get me wrong. $220 million is nowhere comparison to fucking $20,000 or something like that. I will not pretend it is even remotely comparable. But I'm just saying, I feel like those comparisons are a bit, or like the discrepancies people have with this are a bit unreasonable. Oh, I'm teleporting shit, by the way. I just do that now because I'm a cool guy. I just teleport things. It's fun. It's fine. It's fine. Teleporting's fine. This gun's super good at points, by the way, because it does pretty low damage and shoots a lot of bullets into zombies. So if I just like line them up like this, then look at all those points that I just got. Like that is fucking juicy and delicious. Some very good. Let's go back around. I'm just going to feed this up a little bit longer. I just think it's funny when people like talk about development stuff and it's like, why does these things cost this much money? You're paying for a lot of people's livelihoods. This is a AAA game. You think these motherfuckers have like 10 people on their staff? No, what the fuck? Have you seen these buildings? They are whole ass office buildings. There's a lot going on here. I mean, should there be as much going on as there is? Probably not. Game developers want to do all this stupid shit that's uninteresting to players. But, you know, is what it is. There are certain parts of the player base that is interested in that stuff. There's certain parts that isn't. I'm often the part that isn't because developers always want to do, or like the AAA developers always want to go, blah, 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 blah. Let's do this because this is good and this is great. And it's like, shut the fuck up and make something fun, you nerd. Do something interesting with your game. Ooh, that's the 3rd dragon done.
I helped you. What do you got for me?
What do you got for you? Wolf. We got a bow! I love bows and arrows. Super damn cool. If I had the money for it, I'd do archery quite a lot. There is one place near me. I don't know if it's still near me, but there is one place. It's around 20 minutes or so away from me. By a bus ride, I guess? Yeah. And quite interesting. Pretty damn cool. I'd love to go there and do archery one day, but, you know, I figured if I want to do that or not, like, for real and spend all that much money on it. Ooh, I should go back down here, actually, and start something while I'm here. These are little switches on the floor, and if we stand on them, they'll glow. I do not want to die. I do not wish death. Do not grant me death. That motherfucker just collapsed. I'll get Juggernog real quick. Even during double points, you don't get the extra points. I wish you did. Be nice if you did. Where's Stamina Up? Stamina Up is just up ahead. Yes, Stamina Up is in the power room. But if I just slide hop, we'll be fine anyways, so it doesn't matter. Slide hopping's fun. It's really interesting that I like Stamina Up as much as I do, considering I just slide hop everywhere. Which, I mean, on certain maps, is like, yeah, Stamina Up's just better, because it's hard to slide hop everywhere. But on this map, there's no reason for me to want Stamina Up at all. I'm just gonna get it because I like it. And it tastes yummy. Lemon zest. Thank you. Oh, those are generators. I was like, what the fuck is that? My brain just didn't work for a second. We could teleport the pack-a-punch pieces here, but I'm not gonna. I don't wanna. Instead, what I'm gonna do is shoot the weather vane. Whoa! An arrow piece fell out. Cleanly separated into the fletching, the head of the arrow, and the shaft of the arrow. Or is it body of the arrow? I think it's actually called an arrow's... I think it's referred to as the body of the arrow. Pretty sure. I'm really not trying to die, so I just gotta wait for these assholes to move out of the way. Bonk. Lit the beacon. The beacons are lit. Oh, that's Max's quote. I don't know. I was trying to do like whatever fucking voice I was doing there, but my brain was like Star Fox Adventures. The fucking... Oh my god, I love Star Fox Adventures. It's not that good of a game, but it's such an amazing game that I love very much. Like, the game's great. I don't care. I don't care if it's bad. The game is amazing and I love it. And it's a great place in my heart. Brilliant little, silly little story. Could have been better if it was Dinosaur Planet. Who knows? I'm not the one who made it. Should Dinosaur Planet be made? I kind of hope it. I kind of wish it would. I'd love to see what that game would look like with Dinosaur Planet. Okay, so Star Fox Adventures was initially an N64 game, a Nintendo 64 game called Dinosaur Planet. But eventually, that got turned into something else, which... How do I do that? Oh, it's from down there, isn't it? Yeah, it is from down there. But that game got picked up by Nintendo because Rare couldn't do whatever, and then Rare was working with Nintendo to develop the game, and it came out as Star Fox Adventures for the Nintendo GameCube, which is the best gaming system of all time. I don't give a fuck how you feel. You're just incorrect if you don't feel the same way. Thank you. That beacon down there is lit. Was I ever going to show it? How would you expect to see it? Eat ass. That's how. Line this up with the mountain, and boom.
Sounds like a
Thank
hell of a
you.
wind kicking up.
Now we've completed 1/4 of our circle, which means there's a little bit more we got to do. So for starters, we can head back into the giant underground teleportation temple room. Wasn't a teleportation, it's just where we teleported a thing. And we can activate the rest of those switches because there was a few different squares. Oh, I was saying I'd love to see Dinosaur Planet get remade fully, like as it was intended to be. Or the initial design was, because there's a lot in that game which is just not what the original thought process was. And I'd love to see how it was going to be. Because I fucking love the actual game. I love the completed project as it is. So to see it differently would be quite interesting. We can wall run, by the way. I don't know if you know that. Like, I'm just kind of like that. I'm just that guy, honestly. You ever wall ran before? I do. I do it every single Thursday afternoon. Me and my boys go wall running together. What's up, Jordan? Me and my boys are going to go see Uncle Wall Run. You want to join us? Give my hat back, Jordan. I fucking failed. You have to do it all in one wall run, and I actually failed because I got rid of the jump. But it's fine because we can just go all the way through, and as long as the thing doesn't turn off before we go around this section of it, we should be fine. Because hitting these corners is somewhat difficult sometimes. You just got to look at them beforehand. Pew! Motherfuckers, dude! Chill out! What I am going to do is I'm going to build right here the shield, now that we have every single one of those shield parts. And it's the same shield from back on Shadows of Evil. I don't know why it's the same shield, but it is, so who cares? There's a few things we gotta do, so let's head back up towards the top part. Also, I probably should say, I'm probably gonna do the Easter egg, but if I don't and I die, I don't. You know what? It's been many years since I've done this Easter egg and actually did it, so. In fact, I think the last time I did this Easter egg, I actually streamed it. I believe that video or that stream should still be up on the channel somewhere, so you're welcome to watch that if you're interested. I wonder how long it's going to take me to do all this. There's this, by the way. It was here before, I think. Who knows? But it's sparking now. That's pretty cool. Kind of hurts my eyes. A lot of stuff on this map hurts my eyes, actually. I've got sensitive eyes. Wolfie!
Friend of yours, Richtofen?
Oh, also, this is a clock tower? Fuck time. I don't have patience for time. Fuck you, Mr. Clock. I don't got time for time. I don't know why I like that line, actually. I don't have time for time. Whoa, Dempsey, you better watch your language, buddy. You can't just call people maggots. I missed that. I didn't miss that. You take those. Okay. Honestly, I might not do the Easter egg. I might just actually just go to round 20 and just chill out. Again, I did say in a previous video that I'd only be doing around 20 from now on instead of around 25 as I did. Instead of around 25, like as I was saying I might do. Because these maps just take a little bit longer because there's a lot more setup in them. On the earlier maps I did with like Shino Numa and the Giant, I probably should have gone to around 25 just because they don't take as long and there's less available to do. So, you know, that's a oversight that I made at the time. Give me the juice. I'm going to run this way. I'm not going to go to the juice right there. Instead, I'm going to the juice over here. And shoot. Whee! Oh, that's like lightning, by the way. Like, that fire is now lightning fire, which is, I mean, that's fucking cool. Electrical fires are my favorite. You should always play with electric. Play with outlets, kid. Put it... Don't. I actually did. I was going to say put a key into a power socket, but don't do that. I did that when I was a kid. I don't know how I'm still alive. I don't know why I'm still alive. It really doesn't make sense to me, but I am. I am, in fact, still alive. So, for better or worse, you have to deal with my dumbass being here because the power socket didn't kill me. It just blackened my floor, my bed, and my leg. And the only real downside now, like the only like actual repercussions or lasting effects, is that I'm a fucking asshole. So, you know, I think that's a pretty good... Oh, you know what it is? My stupidity, my aphantasia. Aphantasia is the inability to see things when you think of things. Or the general inability. Most people still can, even if you have aphantasia. I can sometimes. But the general inability to see things when you close your eyes and try to think of something, that's because I put a key in a power socket when I was a kid. Duh. That makes sense to me. That's that, by the way. We just got it earlier. Launchpad.
Why do they need me?
Let's go over here. Shkabooby. Send the parts. Disappear. Thank you.
I don't know how long.
Disappear. Oh, back in the days when Genshin Impact was. I don't know how I found that shit fun, man. Genshin is such a... Genshin's a game. Genshin Impact is, in fact, a game. It's a game that I just don't have... Maybe I'll make a video about that one day, because I used to stream Genshin all the time. Maybe I'll make a video about that one day, if anyone would be interested in watching that, of like, why I stopped playing Genshin Impact. And the answer is simply that going through domains is the most unfun shit in the fucking game. Because if you just have bad luck, you're just going to sit there doing the same fucking thing every day for months. Just to get, like, a playable character. You already have the character, now you need to get lucky with the stats you pull on them? That shit's uninteresting. Like, seriously, that is just a boring gameplay design. Story-wise, the gameplay also just hasn't been good in a while, but, like, I can go proper in-depth on my feelings about the game on a much later date. Will I ever do so? Probably not, but I can. If people would be interested in it, I could. Rocket fire beginning. Exit area immediately. Let's flip this switch. And let's run back inside. Before these doors close. Because I'm not trying to die to the fucking fire, the rocket exploding. Well, I guess it's not actually exploding. It's just testing. The launch is just being tested. I don't think these guys get points, right? They don't. So I'm not going to use the Vumpa. Much as I love the Vumpa, I'm not going to use the Vumpa. That's a real zombie, though. Cool. Once this test finishes and these doors open, we can actually get a little thing here. So let's flip this switch. And then, oh, let me not die. Right here, we see this part. And that is for something called the Ragnarok DG4s. Do I know what that shit means? Probably Ragnarok Dimensional Gravity 4, but... Or Ragnarok Diverting Gravity, Diversion of Gravity, Distant Gamer, Ragnarok, Distant Gamer 4. Have you guys played the new God of War DLC, by the way? For God of War's Ragnarok Valhalla, I think it's called. That came out recently, I'm pretty sure. I know people were happy about that. I have yet to play the game. I don't know if I ever will. Probably won't. Yeah, I probably won't. But, interesting, I guess. Damn. Poor guy. Who got stabbed through the fucking chin? It must not be fun. Eh, it should be fine, though. Let's go. And doing... What am I doing now? Oh, that's what I'm doing now. I was like, what the fuck do I do? I filled the urns. I shot the beacons. What I have to do is, if you saw it on the top left there, this bad boy. I don't think you have to shoot it. I'm pretty sure it's just there, but I'm going to shoot it anyways. Yep, missed. We put that completed arrow we have into the ghost, and the ghost lifts it up, and it does things. Also, the pack-a-punch is here now. Beautiful pack-a-punch from the best Call of Duty Zombies map, Origins. If you disagree, that's fine. I think you're stupid, but that's fine. You can disagree if you wanna. Oh, you want me to never leave the castle alive, you disembodied voice? Well, eat my ass. How about that? Gonna grab the arrow. Gonna grab this nuke. Speed Cola's in that room. Yes, it is. That's true. Correct. Yes, I remember. I remember. Don't worry. Also, you guys want something cool? 1, 2, 3. I don't die. Disco. That's it. Yeah.
Drink this all day if I gotta afford
People
it.
loved this when this first came out. It's still cool. I don't care. I've never cared. But I'm just happy to show things off. And each of these 4 boxes is a different symbol. This is for the lightning that I'm doing right now, as you saw. This is for earthquake, maybe? Purple? Who knows? This one's for more purple. And this one's for wolf. Put my bow down there, or my arrow down there. Pick up a new shield. Move this direction. Once all the zombies get into this little divot, we can shoot the fuck out of them. And as they die, their souls will get sucked once again. If she says she's going to suck the soul out of you and she doesn't take you to a small square, she's not going to suck the soul out of you. Don't believe her. Oh, yeah, it's 0 gravity again. That's pretty cool. Oh, we're done. We've already got enough souls. Nice. So if I come back here, I take out my bow and I put the bow in, we'll see something cool happen. It's called drugs. Thank you. Give me Kriam Lamam.
Time to riddle them with bullets.
Krima la ma. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? I'm not in the Easter egg, man. I don't give a shit. I do not care. Also, when did I buy Speed Cola? I do not remember. But we have a pretty cool bow now. And just like the last one, we can actually charge this bow up. But once it's charged, it'll do a little bit more than just shoot an arrow. This bow will do some damn cool stuff. Called Quick Scope. Quick Scope. Quick Scope. I can just charge it and shoot it. I don't know. Like, honestly, I'm kind of like mentally disabled sometimes. And so my brain just shut off for like a solid 6 seconds and I focused on just shooting people. Again, probably from the power socket. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Either the physical trauma to my head when I was a kid or the power socket. And, you know, probably a mix of both. But it's funnier to say that it's because I almost killed myself when I was a 3-year-old. What an ugly fucking color. This thing looks so bad. And it wasn't gonna look good, but like, that's not good. I wonder if we could see anyone on the... What if I hold steady? Can I see anyone on the moon? Pretty inaccurate depiction of the moon, gotta say. That's a pretty...
That better not be what I think it is.
Sirens blazed. And that guy's here now, so I'm gonna just go over here. Because once he gets up here, we can make him say goodbye-bye by putting him into the air. Like that. And then we can turn on the death machine right here. Now he's gonna get shot. And now we can just shoot him. I know there was a voice and they just said shoot for his core, but it actually doesn't do anything. Wow, this gun does fucking... This gun is ass. Why'd you tell me to use this gun? This gun doesn't do anything. You're so rude, guy. Ain't that right, Tom Tom? Ain't they so rude?
And I'm gonna like it.
Some people, you know, Tom Tom. Some people.
Puppets. Boards ain't gonna hold back this shitstorm.
It's fun to use this gun, though, I will say. Oh, we should also do this now. Another turn on the death machine. Pew!
Another item.
And that's
from my
another
pile
part.
of crap collection.
Which means we can go right here and build another device. Finishing up those Ragnarok DG4s. That's what they look like.
Nah.
Pretty interesting.
Fuck it. I'll just fire off a few rounds.
Oh, I like that it actually has the 935 group label on it. Like, that's cool. Also, what the fuck is inside these? Is this like ether energy? I legitimately don't know. Also, why is one pointed to the side and one's pointed flat? What's up with that? Also, another bow part. So there's actually 4 different bows, as we saw back in that temple room. I was joking around by calling one of them Earthquake. It's Fire, Void, Storm, and Wolf. Pretty interesting. I think the Void bow actually looks the coolest. I just gotta be honest, like, this arrowhead looks fucking dope. It's got this nice little spindly, almost flesh-like texture on the fletching of the arrow, which is just cool. Just well thought out design. But this will just stay here forever. Also, I know I'm going to be quiet for a lot of this video, but, you know, I'm just kind of hanging out, enjoying this map that I like. Just hitting round 20. And once we hit round 20, we're good to just go on to the next. There's not much left. I could go start the other upgrade. I could go do the other bows, because I could just trade away the current one and then make up a new one. And then do the Void, the Fire, the Wolf. But I don't really want to do that. Those all will take like an individual round or 2 each. So that'll go past 20 on its own. I don't want to. Because I don't really care for it. I don't think it's all that interesting. Oh! It never occurred to me that you probably are meant to come down here and shoot it from there. We're probably not meant to, it's just like a secondary option in case the one upstairs is a bit too difficult. Which, that's really nice of them to do, actually. Because you can also hit the one by that... I don't think you can hit the one by the rocket from... Actually, can you? Let me try that. Let me test this out. Let me kill your dad. Let me kill your dad. It's fine. I'm just gonna kill your dad. Not a problem. Not a problem. Nothing to worry about. Just gonna kill your dad. No issues there. I'm fairly confident this one cannot be shot from down there. I'm gonna go try that out. I'm interested in seeing if that works. I guess we won't know either because I can't like light it up or anything, but I wonder if you can. It'd be pretty cool if you could. Never tried to before. I'm gonna throw a grenade. Hopefully it doesn't disappear in the time space and just blow me the fuck up or get fused into my body. Fuse still lit and then kill me, but if it does, I mean, it's not that big a deal. I don't even know where the fuck this thing is. Yeah, I don't think you can get it from over here because you just can't figure out where it is. If you're an idiot like me.
Shock and awe.
That's the name of a trophy in this game, I'm pretty sure. Shock and awe. Can I look down at the houses? Game? Please? Thank you. Jesus. Interesting. The texture breaks on the ground. I love when that happens.
Come and get it, dogs.
That giant robot's so fucking cool, by the way. I love Origins. Origins is the best. Origins really is the best. I don't know when I'm going to play Origins. Probably next, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to play any of the other maps. I don't have much interest in them. I think Moon's one of the worst and least fun maps to play. Maybe I'll do Moon, though. I might do Moon. I honestly might do Moon, actually. I might do Moon, then I'll do Origins. So that way I just finish off like this little bit of fun time by playing my favorite one.
Guessing we don't want to be
I'd like to pick up a different weapon as well. So I should go buy something, like the mystery box. Oh, I actually want to ask, for those of you who do have plans for the holidays, what are they, if you don't mind me asking? You going to visit family? You going to, like, you set up Christmas tree for you and your family? Do you do stuff like that? Maybe you celebrate a different religion? Or you have a different religion? Or you believe in a different... Words are not working. You are of a different religion, and so you celebrate a different holiday. This is what I meant to say, but my brain just could not articulate that at all. This is the ray gun, by the way. I've not gotten this yet, but ray gun's pretty cool, so I'm happy to have it. It's pretty fun. You've definitely seen this before. If you've ever seen anything related to Call of Duty Zombies before, you've for sure seen the ray gun. And even if you haven't seen things related to COD Zombies, like, even if you, like, not looked into COD Zombie stuff, you've probably seen the ray gun just looking at actual, like, Call of Duty stuff before. In fact, I think it's in Call of Duty Cold War as a usable weapon in is it in multiplayer or in the campaign? I think it's in the campaign you can get it. And in the new game, I know one of the I've seen one of the characters is holding this. It's also like the mode thing for Modern Warfare thing. Like one of the mode selects has this as the thing on it. So if you've played the game at all, then you probably should have seen this weapon by now. I fucking love this weapon. Just that sound, just a... It hits such a, like... It has such a sweet spot in my brain. It's just like, ooh, that's quite good. I love that sound. It's very nice.
Fry as many as you want, Tornado. We don't want them.
That's a Thomas on my desk. Don't worry about him.
This is how it's gonna go from now on.
Nice. Good sounds. Very good sounds. I actually want to paint der Eisendrache. Der Eisendrache. I think like it'd be like this open area right here. That'd probably be what I paint, if anything. Just because the clock tower is such a iconic thing, and then that little burial pod in the middle, like when it crashes, like that's so good looking too. But I really want to paint like video games one day. I gotta get like a... I'm a bit too impatient, I'm not gonna lie, and so the idea of having to wait or to use a really, like a small brush to do this stuff just irritates me. But once I get a larger brush, I'll probably do painting a lot more than I do at the moment, which is not at all. Because like a year or two ago, I ordered a paintbrush. I think it was last year, actually. No, was it sometime at the beginning of this year? It would have been... I want to say January of this year, actually. I got a large Simply Simmons, which is a really good brand, acrylic. Okay, I'm just going to say a bunch of information. If you know about paintbrush stuff, you know about this stuff. If you don't know about paintbrush stuff, you don't know about this stuff. And so it's just going to be information that doesn't mean anything to you. But I got a really popular brand paintbrush, but it's a filbert brush, which is a round head, which is not used for what I wanted to use it for. It can be used for what I wanted to use, what's the brush that I wanted to use it for. But the Amazon listing I got, they had one image, and I didn't like realize, oh, this is a filbert brush, not a flat brush, which is meant to cover large portions of a canvas with paint at a time. A very large one, rather than a small one, which I'd have to use a small flat brush, which is to use to cover large portions of a canvas at a time. And so I was really upset with myself when I saw it and I opened it. I'm like, this is not a fucking flat brush at all. This doesn't really help me. And so just out of stupidity, I've like, let me not paint yet. Let me not start painting yet. I don't know why I've not done it yet, but I'd like to. I'd like to soon. I really do like painting. It's just so much fun.
Let's see what you got.
The idea of it's so cool to me. Like, I'm not good at drawing or anything like that, and so the idea of painting is great, because I like the idea of being able to visually show different things. Because I'm a storyteller. That's my art form. I'm a storyteller. I can sometimes sing. I still don't really know what my voice sounds best with when singing, to be honest, because I'm just a bit hypercritical. And so it's difficult because aside from voice acting and stuff like that, my own ways of telling stories is just like with these videos and things like that. So it's like with my voice is usually how I do it. So I don't really have a way like visually to express myself or to like participate in some form of visual art. And that's why I like painting, because painting is just fun, even if it doesn't look that good. But I also want to make good-looking paintings because I want to make, like, paintings of things that I love. I want to make paintings of a fuck ton of snowy mountains because I fucking love snowy mountains, man. It's not a joke. I'm obsessed with them. They're amazing, and I want, when I die, the fear being buried, the thought of after death, there is no heaven, and that your consciousness just stays within your body. That thought terrifies me because I do not want to be put into a box forever. I do not want that. What I would rather happen is I would rather be burned. I legitimately want someone to treat me like in God of War. I want someone to take my ashes. I want them to take me to the top of a mountain, top of a snowy mountain with a forest below it, and I want them to spread my ashes out. That's what I want so badly. That is how I want my body to be treated after I pass on. Like, because I have really bad anxiety. I very rarely talk about myself in these videos, like about myself as a person. I talk about my experiences with certain things, but like, to a very low extent. And I talk about my opinion on things, but not myself as a person. I, Toxix, have horrible anxiety. I really, really do. I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder back in 2016, I believe. Yeah, and I've not ever spoken to anyone about that since, so that's a thing. You know, 7 years later, almost 8 now. Actually, it's just been over 7 years. It was around August of 2016 or so. But, there's really bad anxiety with certain things. It's probably progressed way past just generalized anxiety disorder, or just, I don't really know how it works. I've never looked into it. Maybe it's just like a higher form of generalized anxiety disorder. But shit fucking scares me for no reason. There's not really always reasons for it. The future's one of them. Death is another one of them. Those things legitimately terrify me to no end. It makes it so I get clamoury. I feel hollow inside. I feel like I can't move or exist in these moments. And it makes me so scared that I legitimately feel like I cannot do anything when I'm in these moments. It is horrible and super unpleasant. But, like the thought of after death, it scares me so much. I cannot comprehend that thought of after death, like my body. Like, if for whatever reason we're not just completely unconscious, there is no consciousness after death, right? Like, it's not just before you were born again, you just didn't exist, right? If it isn't that, if your consciousness is your body, that scares me so much. I would rather, like, my body I'd rather my body be in a million fucking pieces. Who knows what happens to my consciousness at that point in time? I guess I'll figure that out. If I'm in agony for the rest of my life, I'd rather agony for the rest of my life than be trapped in a box. Because mental anguish is much easier to deal than physical burning anguish or some shit like that. So who knows, man? Or mental anguish is much harder to deal with than physical anguish. So I'd rather be burned to a crisp and feel that pain and just the pain of my body being a billion pieces away than fucking the fear of, oh my god, I'm in a dark box forever. I hate it here. Like, that scares me. Oh, fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit to no end. I hate the thought of it. Ugh. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I got But snowy mountains are great. I legitimately, like, when I said like I want my ashes to burn on them, it's because I love them so much. I legitimately think that is the coolest thing in the world. Because at a snowy mountain, so quickly you become part of nature because you go into the forest below it, and then the other parts of you will just dissolve with the snow. Like, the ash will just break apart and you won't exist anymore. And it's like, my body to be left in actual nature, something about that is just so beautiful to me. And I'm not a religious person. I was raised in a Catholic? I was raised Catholic, but I've never been too religious of a person, and that's because of my childhood. I'm not going to get too into that. But I've never been in a position where I felt like those things made sense to me or for me or about my life. Like, it never felt fitting. Or like I could understand or relate or comprehend anything by the beliefs that were supposed to be instilled into me. They just didn't match my, like, existence. And so religion was never something that I ended up being able to go too far into. But I do still believe in a God. If you don't believe in God, or if you don't do anything like that, that's fine. I don't judge anyone for anything like that. I still believe in God. I still believe in heaven. I say that I'm an asshole, but I always try to be a good person to people. You know, like, aside from like what I hope is obviously me joking around, things like that. I don't believe in, like, hating people. I'm very much not someone capable of actual hate for humans, or like for real people. I can hate situations and actions, but like just to hate like actual people, I can't hate people. I can hate a person, but I can't hate people. And it's like, it's difficult to explain. I don't know what my thought process was there. Oh, I was just trying to say, like, believe what you want to believe. It's fine. I don't have any judgments either way. Do whatever you want. I'm not like someone who believes, no, this is correct, blah, 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 blah. I have a very strong moral compass, but also I don't expect other people to follow that. I let people, like, people do whatever you want to do. If some people do shit that's like on the opposite end of my moral compass, like to me, smoking weed, no. There are very few people in my life that are still in my life that I know smoke or do stuff with like weed or like drugs and shit like that. I do not talk. That is so far against what I can consider like part of my existence or want to be anywhere near me as a human being. And so that shit's just, ooh, nah, I don't have the tolerance for that shit. I legitimately don't. But there are a few people where I'm like, I want you in my life as a person because I know who you are as a person. This thing aside, I value you more as a person than I value this action that you're doing, or than I disvalue this action, or that I loathe this action that you're doing. And so there's some people in my life, and I'm grateful for them. I have some amazing friends, I really do. And like, they're cool with like me feeling that way. I don't think less of my friend or anything like that. I don't think less of these people. I just hate their actions. And it's like, I'm not going to change their actions. That's their life. I respect their decision to be free and choose what they're going to choose. If they ever want, I'm going to advocate against their actions, but I'm just saying, you know, like, I'm not going to be sitting there like, stop smoking weed, you fucking, stop drinking, you fucking, let's do what you're doing, man. It's your life to live. I'm always going to advocate for living a healthier life, though, but if you can't be happy or any other way, then I'm sorry. There's got to be a different way that you could work out, but if there isn't, then do what you got to do. It isn't hurting you, hopefully. That's another thing that I believe in. I believe that everyone's happiness can come. I believe that happiness will never come at the cost of someone else's happiness. Your happiness will never directly come at the cost of someone else's happiness. There are times when other people will be unhappy because of something, and that you are happy because of that same thing, and that's fine. But your happiness should never come from someone else's unhappiness. And if it is, depending on the thing, it could be fine. Some situations it's not okay. Some situations it is okay. If your pleasure comes from someone else being unhappy, like if you find joy in other people's physical pain, you're kind of fucked in the head. But I mean, it's not that big of an issue. It's not like you're causing them physical pain and that's what's bringing you happiness. If it's just like a coincidence, you see someone stub their toe or some shit, and so you laugh at it. Sure, who fucking cares? That's not an issue. But like, if you if you kick someone or stab someone and you find happiness from that, what the fuck is wrong with you, you absolute psychopath? There's a very thin line to be walked, and that's just how life works. That's not fair. You stab someone and they get hurt, and I laugh at them. And that's fine. No, it's not fine either. I don't know what I was going to say there. My brain did not work. I was trying to make the WandaVision joke between her and Doctor Strange. Shit show, by the way. Dog shit show. Marvel, what the fuck? Marvel's been asked for a while. But oh my goodness, that, like, my brain just did not work correctly there.
Max ammo. Well, thanks for the re-up.
Oh, I'm on round 21. I didn't even realize. I'll go to round 25, I guess, then. I'm having a good time. I really am. It's just relaxing. It's relaxing and calm. Brings me back to good times. Fun way to pass the time. Hopefully something enjoyable for you to listen to. Something good that's helping you out in any capacity. I appreciate it if it was.
Here come the hellhounds.
Happy to hear that it is. Where are you? What are you doing? Let me not die to that guy. Just don't want to die, so I'm just going to take that Wonder Pad up there. Wonder Sphere. Wundersphere. Yeah, I could have activated the death machine or used my bow, but I wanted to see if the ray gun would do anything, and it fucking didn't. It did nothing.
No treats for you. I ain't no chew toy.
Damn. Nice lighting effects you got, video game. Nice rectangles. Where the fuck is bro? Oh, you're right there. Damn, I am missing. Thank you. Spawn? And I'm gonna let the zombies spawn in for a little bit.
Loaded.
Buddy. Any games coming up that you guys are looking forward to? Because aside from Grand Blue Fantasy Relink and the 1,000-Year Door remake, there aren't many games that I'm too interested in right now. And I'm just curious because Dakota and I have talked about that recently. Like, there's not much to look forward to in, like, the gaming sphere or even in the Yu-Gi-Oh sphere. Because me and Dakota are really big Yu-Gi-Oh players. Like, we really like playing Yu-Gi-Oh. There's not much we had to look forward to for the next little while. Like, I have a fair bit of stuff coming out relatively soon. With the Earthbound Immortal stuff coming out, like, I'm so excited for that. Gold Sarcophagus of Light coming out is also extremely exciting to me. But otherwise, Dakota has something that he's looking forward to. And then video game-wise, 1,000-Year Door remake, I've been waiting for that for over a decade, so who knows? You know, that's a great game. I'm very excited to see that. But otherwise, video games, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, I should... Oh, if you don't know what that is, it's basically an MMO RPG, kind of, not really an MMO, basically just a cooperative RPG you can play with your friends based in the Grand Blue world. Grand Blue being this giant RPG and fighting game world, I'm pretty sure. It's a very popular series. They're making that RPG that's coming out, I believe it's in... I think it's beginning of February or so, or end of January. Dakota's and I have been waiting for this for months. I don't want to say this now because we don't know for sure yet. It's very likely that will be a series on this channel. But also, it's very likely it might not be a series on this channel because if Dakota and I just want to play the game, then the thing is that he's going to want to play the game a lot because that's a game that he has been looking forward to this for so long. The game looks fucking amazing, by the way. If you haven't seen anything on it, please go watch some of the footage for that game. That game looks brilliant. But that game, oh my god, it looks so fucking beautiful, and we're so excited to play that game. It's this beautiful stylized graphics, everything runs smoothly, and it's like Monster Hunter with like the enemies and shit. There's just these giant badass villains you're fighting all at once, and it's a super basic, just like, here are these televised? What's the word? Telegraphed attacks for you to look at and understand that it's going to happen. And so that's like the MMO combat style. And it's just so exciting. So fucking exciting to see. But the thing is he's going to want to play that game a lot. So he's probably going to spend like weeks of his life just doing nothing but playing that game. And it's like, I'm not going to be spending those weeks. I'm going to be also spending weeks of my life playing that game as well. But like, not in the same amount of time that he is going to do. So to figure out that's going to be interesting. It might just be like a solo series or whatever. And he and I will just play on our own on different save files if possible. But I would like to do that game as a Let's Play. I'm not going to announce that yet or not because I don't know. Who knows that's even going to come out? I mean, it got announced for PS4, but who knows how it's going to run or look on PS4. Hopefully it'll look good, but we'll see when we get there. But now that we are on round 25, I'm going to say thank you all so much for watching. Hope you've all had a wonderful day. Hope you're all enjoying this video, and it helped you in any way that it can. And if you're not having a wonderful day, there's always the rest of your day. There's always tomorrow, the day after that, so on and so forth. Things don't get better unless you quit them. So give yourself time and things will improve. I promise. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Does this not actually kill? Oh, there he goes. Does this not? Hey, we ended on 777. What a fucking lucky thing. How wonderful. That is all. I mean, I planned that shit from the start. I planned that shit from the beginning. I'll see you guys next time. So until then, take care of yourselves, everybody. What the fuck shot is this? Why is this even? Okay, who cares? Bye-bye.